Hey guys, back again with some modern on budget. I'm this time I'm gonna go through a a pretty cool deck. It's yet again another Luris deck. But this time it's Devoted Druid combo. So Devoted Druid says put a -1/-1 counter on Devoted Druid and untap it. And you can tap it to create a green. Now, if you have Vizier of Remedies, it says if one or more counters would be placed on a creature you control, that many -1/-1 counters -1 are placed on it instead. So if you have Devoted Druid out and try to put a 1 counter on it to untap it, you'll still untap it, but the -1/-1 counter won't be put on the Devoted Druid. So essentially, you just get infinite mana. So with that infinite mana, we're going to be able to do certain things with it. So I'm going to talk about what we can do with it, and then how we can win the game off of that. How we can also support your strategy with the deck. So Mishra's Bauble in here is purely because of Luris. And also, it does allow us to take a look at our opponent's deck, but it's really for the synergy with Luris. It's just really powerful. So you have the main combo of Vizier Remedies and Devoted Druid, and then you have Elvish Mystic and Llanowar Elves as other mana ramp cards, and as you see, the deck is almost entirely green. So you don't need anything other than Elvish Mystic and Llanowar Elves. You can go Birds of Paradise and you can go Noble Hierarch, but really those are just excessive. So here you just need these. Next is a way we can actually profit off of our combo is Uggin's Conjurant, which is an X cost. There are other X costs that are just better, like Walking Ballista, but Walking Ballista is $12 per, and if you're going infinite, it doesn't matter. Uggin's Conjurant will just be like 1 million, and then you can just attack with it the next turn. Hopefully it doesn't get killed. But there are other ways to profit off of this combo in this deck. One of those ways is Duskwatch Recruiter, which says pay 3 mana, look at the top 3 cards of your library. Then you may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And then the transform part doesn't matter. But really, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to use that infinite mana to just soak it into that ability, and essentially you just go through your entire deck and look through your entire deck for things like Uggin's Conjurant, Spellskite, everything in here. Just to kind of just find stuff that you can do. Spellskite is going to be able to change the ability, the target. But if you can go through your entire deck, then you can get all 4 Uggin's Conjurants, so you don't have to worry about them getting removed. If your opponent has a board wipe, that's really unfortunate. But there's not a ton you can do in that anyway. Postmortem Lunge is for Graveyard Recursion in case our combo gets discarded or in case it gets killed. Apostle's Blessing is to protect our combo. Eladamri's Call is to search out our combo. Mishra's Bauble is to filter and also to just information. And then our mana base is Branchloft Pathway and Sunpel Groves, and then 2 basic lands. And what that's going to do is that's going to give us a way to it's just going to be a primarily green deck, but it's going to give us access to white when we need it. Our sideboard is 14 cards plus Luris. For Autumn's Veil, it's a budget version of Veil of Summer. The only thing it doesn't do is draw you a card, so it's not as good as Veil of Summer, but it's still doing the rest of it. Burrington Forge Tender is protection from red and prevent all damage from a red source. This is for burn and for storm, and it's not really a great storm deck counter. It's really for burn. It's for that matchup. Also for any other red aggro archetypes. Caustic Caterpillar is in there to have some artifact destruction, enchantment destruction. It's a creature, so we can search it out with Duskwatch Recruiter, Postmortem Lunge, and Elodomri's Call. And since it's a permanent, we can replay it with Loris. Path to Exile gives us some removal. Shaper Sanctuary gives us card draw when our opponent's playing a lot of removal. Damping Sphere is for Storm players, for Tron players, and for Burn players. It's just a way to prevent our opponents from doing things faster than we are. And then our last card here is Remorseful Cleric. It's another way we can tutor out a creature to deal with graveyards. Anyway, so the point of the deck really is revolved around Vizier of Remedies and Devoted Druid. And if you have any random cards that you think, oh, I could just play this, keep in mind it's only green mana that you get, but you could definitely have a lot of fun here by replacing Conjurance with like your favorite pet green card. And so for that reason, I really like this deck. The X cost here is going to be the biggest part of the deck. It's going to be like of how you win. It's going to be with Ugin's Conjurate. You could also just search out your entire deck and just put down a ton of creatures onto the board. Normally you would want to run like a Finale of Devastation, but we don't have the budget for that. So what you might want to do is you might want to just search through your entire deck just to grab as many creatures as you can and put them onto the board. But if you get... the only thing I would say this deck is vulnerable to is a board wipe. But other than that, I think it's a really cool deck, and I think you will enjoy it.